Now I'd love your calls on whether it's okay to let school children use AI when they're doing their homework. 0207 862 2222. Tell us what you think. The government Science and Technology Secretary has said he'd be okay with kids using AI like ChatGPT to help them with homework. Peter Carr was asked about it by Laura Kunsberg on her programme yesterday.
With supervision and used in the right way, then yes.
But what about without supervision? Because I'm sure there are parents and teachers watching and kids watching who think, well, they can stick something into ChatGPT, come up with a bit of work, hand it in. Is that okay?
But Laura, I'm of an age when I remember this conversation about calculators. So we need to make sure that kids and young people are learning how to use this technology and integrate it into their learning development.
But how would it work? Okay, I want to show you something here. So we got some ChatGPT up. I think it's ChatGPT, and we asked it to let's do an essay question. Let's just roll the essay question, and we're saying we want 1,000 words. Okay, write an essay on how. By the way, writing the question is going to take longer than AI giving us the answer. Write an essay on how Shakespeare uses romance in his novel Macbeth. That's a giveaway. Use 1,000 words and include quotes from the story. Here we go. 5, 4, it's less than 2 seconds. And it's given us 1,000 words. It uses the word titular, so immediately you know it's not human. But it's got references. I don't know if we really ferreted in here. Inner turmoil's good, we like that. Increasing detachment, we like that. As he becomes more and more entrenched in his world, Shakespeare uses, this is the conclusion, uses romance to illuminate the destructive nature of unchecked ambition. What about that, Stella?
It's not the government's job to spy on students. This is for parents and teachers. I think we need to not be Luddites and to make sure that our kids know how to use AI. They are digital natives. The sooner you expose them to it, the better. I'm all for banning social media for teenagers and students, especially children, but it is very, very important that we do not demonize these things because they are here to stay. We used to do the same with phones. And I wish kids didn't have smartphones, but I am glad that kids know how to use a smartphone because they will need it throughout their lives.
But it's about using that machine to help with your homework.
I wonder if it's going to give everyone the same answer. Because if that's the essay question, it's going to change it every time.
It's going to change it, and I've talked to teachers about this who say it's even more wacky than that because the teenager can say, do it with spelling mistakes. Because and by the way, don't use the word titular because no teenager ever uses that word. And you can just knock it around a bit to make it more convincing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, I think they should be allowed to use AI. They're going to probably use AI anyway, but they probably need to cite it as a source. And also, using it to help with homework is different to using it to do your homework. So I think that's probably the line.
I was at a kind of charity quiz a few years ago, and it was quite a serious quiz. And there were a couple of young people in their 20s on the table. And as soon as the quiz began, the two young people just took their phones out. And I said, sorry, this is old-fashioned, right? You can't use a phone in a quiz. It's cheating. And they couldn't. They literally looked at me completely blankly. Well, of course you look the answer up. What?
Well, that is cheating.
We're not supposed to remember stuff, are we? They actually, the phone is part of their brain. And I realised that it's like drugs in sport. I don't think we can get it out now.
Yeah, I think that they definitely need to be able to have research skills and writing skills. And I am very worried about not just kids, but a lot of people offloading any and all writing and reading that they do to an AI, because that does make your brain lazy eventually. But where ChatGPT and other LLMs are very, very useful is they can help you explain complicated concepts or things, the same way that you would Google something and read the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
ChatGPT can also do that for you.
Yeah, true, unless you just cut and paste. That's the trouble. Patrick in London, what do you think?
Hello, Jeremy.
Hey, Patrick. What do you think of kids using ChatGPT for their homework?
Jeremy, it's terrible. And because I went to school in Ireland, okay? And I hated geography. But it turned out that my best teacher was a geography teacher. You know why? Because he said, right, you will read this passage tonight and we will discuss it tomorrow. It's all about the book, the geography book.
Yeah.
This whole idea that we Googled and no, we didn't. I learned geography and now I love geography.
Oh, brilliant!
Because
Patrick.
I was made to look at that book and read that passage.
Thank you, Patrick. Rick in Surrey, what do you think? Should we use ChatGPT for homework?
Hello.
Hi, Rick. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, quite frankly, I think it stinks.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah. But go on.
I'm a young 79-year-old. When I went to school, the only tool I had was a brain, and I was told to use it and use it properly.
Yeah.
Using all this AI, it makes everybody so blatantly lazy. They don't need to inquire or anything like that. And
It's funny, I had a situation, Rick, last week. I went to see a play. Tracy Ann Oberman was in it. Brilliant. Macbeth. No, sorry, not Macbeth. Merchant of Venice. And Macbeth is on the screen. And I was in the foyer with a couple of friends, and we had a slightly sad conversation. Tracy Ann Oberman was in a programme, a comedy called Friday Night Dinner.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Which is great. And the three of us said, who was the actor who played the father, but who sadly died? And none of us could remember his name. And then the other two started getting their phones out. I said, don't. We've got to remember this. Actually, to be honest, I still can't remember, but I'm determined not to look it up. Rick, do you know the answer?
Quite frankly, no.
Okay, but at least
But
maybe not knowing is better than Googling it, Rick.
Well, no, I'm just trying to reiterate earlier rhetoric. The only tool or access I had to learn was the brain.
Quite right.
Now, to me, it's making people so lazy. They're not using their brain or thought. It's
don't
too
look
easy
it up.
for
Yeah,
them.
exactly. When you're talking at the dinner table and someone says, I don't remember, don't look it up. Just say, I don't remember. Thank you, Rick. Very wise. But do we sound like old fogies here,
Then
Jamila?
you'll never know the answer. Surely it's better to just find out the answer and then you know. I know what you mean. It's sad, but it's the way life is moving. We're just
Someone in
gotta
the
get on
gallery will
train.
tell me the name of the actor, and I can remember it in a non-Google way. He was a brilliant actor. He was in Chernobyl. He was a fantastic person. It's just my fault for not knowing. Chris is in Cambridgeshire. Hi, Chris.
Oh, hello.
Are you worried about school kids using AI?
Well, to be worried, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, I am. Yeah. I mean, AI, that is artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean, is that somebody talking?
Sounds like it, yeah.
I'm sorry. We've all got our brains. Can't we use them anymore?
No, I know. I do worry about that. But I think...
I mean, I'm sorry, but you've got a new generation of kids growing up. I mean, my grandchildren, and one in particular, can see the difference between fake news and real news.
Oh, well, that's really good. How old are they? Are they young or...?
Well, I think he's 21.
Okay,
I mean,
he's got his head screwed on. Yeah. Brilliant, Chris. Brilliant.
No, I'm not. I don't want you to dismiss me because I think it's quite important. I mean, I really feel that AI is dreadful.
All right, Chris. I'm not dismissing you, but I have to go to the break. But listen, ring again. I enjoyed hearing the programme played back in the background as well. The actor was called Paul Ritter, just to say. Very, very great actor. Okay.